protecting yourself after a really traumatic relationship is something that I feel like we all do. And I feel like it does stem into a lot of things within our life that we don't typically notice until somebody else points it out for us. So I do think that your insecurities that you've been feeling lately, if you've been feeling any, take it as it resonates. Please don't make it fit with you if it doesn't. But if you have been showing up to your day to day and you've been constantly picking at yourself or like not liking the way that you're showing up, not feeling good, not feeling like attractive, your mental state isn't harmonizing with your heart and with your aura. You have two cards here. You have one that induces a very deep and introspective meditation. It helps you look back at past, like your past life and like your past journey, past lives, and to accept the things that didn't make sense and to understand the choices that were made there. And you could read it too, because it is actually, if you want to take a screenshot, it's a really good card. And then there's lapis lazuli, which balance is what this stone can help you with. I'm sorry, I just spit. Harmonizing your mental, emotional, and spiritual and physical selves. It brings inner peace. When used with meditation, this beautiful stone opens the third eye and allows you to see inside of yourself, and then you'll see the real you. Both stones here, one is about accepting everything that has happened in your past. And lapis lazuli is about accepting everything that is current. Your mental, your spiritual, your physical, and your emotional. That's everything you're physically sitting in right now. So both stones are about finding that harmonization, that balance between your heart. And I was going to say your mental, but now I want to say your chakras. Because I feel like that insecurity, that little bit of like deharmonization, I'm getting the singing metaphor too. It's like a little bit off key. You need to harmonize with the other singers, or you need to harmonize with the others, because you're not frustrated at yourself and you're not frustrated at the situation anymore. You have let go of resentment, you've let go of anger, you let go of pain, but your physical self, and I feel like your spiritual self has as well, maybe not as much as your physical self, but they have not let go of the feeling that that you're feeling afterwards. It's like you got all dirty, but you took a shower and you're clean, but you still feel dirty. So it's like there's an after effect of this where it's like you're not showing up and you're not identifying as the person who's been heartbroken or as the person who's like who lost a relationship or whatever it was. But you're not showing up at all. Okay, so it's like now you don't show up to those same rooms, you don't even go to those same parties, you don't do the same things. And perhaps you are telling yourself it is to protect yourself, or subconsciously you think it is to protect yourself, but you're hurting yourself more in a way because you are not, there's a part of you that wants to be okay and wants to be showing up to these events, showing up to these dates, and showing up to these parties again. I do truly believe that. With this card coming out, I believe that there's a big part of you that have already accepted everything for what it is, and you want something to come from this that is new, and that has some sort of weight to it. But there is a deeper feeling here of like fear that if you do that again, you're gonna give yourself another reason to be mad at yourself. Like something bad is gonna happen and you're gonna have to blame it on yourself, because if something bad happens to you again and you've already in this position, you've already had heartbreak, you healed from it, and you feel I hope I'm explaining this well, but it's just it just feels like you already know you can't do that again because it didn't work. And so you're trying to do everything you can to avoid it. And then you have partnership in reverse. But you're not gaining anything from it. So you're losing out on everything because of that. So hopefully it makes sense because now you're not even getting a chance to try again. So you have partnership. Did come out in reverse. So we are going to take it in the reverse meaning. But it says allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career. Both parties benefit as a result, and you are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources into your life. So, taking this in the reverse context, obviously you're not accepting those things. You're not accepting people who want to come into your life and help you. And this could actually be causing your career life to be a little staticky too. I do have my AirPods in, one on this side, and they're a little broken, but at some time, like at some random moments, they'll go like. So that's what I heard as soon as I was talking about your career. It's like a little bit of static comes in when it's your finances. So because of like whatever you feel out here, it could be affecting even your career. So now you can't even show up like fully yourself because you feel some sort of way. My advice to you on this situation is you've already taken the necessary steps that you needed to heal yourself. Now you just need to kind of implement strength here, okay? Like resilience. You have to see it as like showing up like the Wizard of Oz and the Cowardly Lion. You want to show up with bravery, and you want to show up that even if something bad can happen, even if this could go wrong, you still are showing up with a level of strength here because you believe in yourself. And not because you want something bad to happen or you expect something bad to happen. Please don't do that. But because you know if shit hit the fan, if shit went wrong again, it's not the end of the world and you'll be okay because you were the first time. That's what you should be kind of remembering from these situations instead of seeing it as like just like a lesson. It's not just a lesson, now you're stronger. Now you can take on more, you're more resilient. So I want to get a little bit of advice from spirits because I don't have the best advice all the time. My 2 cents, I would say just you don't have to try dating if you don't want to, but if it is cutting into your life and you are lonely, you're not allowing yourself to make friends or even just build relationships, start small. You don't have to start with a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You could start with a close friend. You could start with a coworker. You could start with someone to hang out with. You could start with a coffee buddy, a art buddy. Like, you don't need to have a friend that you do everything with, or you don't need to have a boyfriend you do everything with. You could have one person that you go for coffee with on Sunday mornings. And now you have a connection that you're building that you don't have to be afraid of. So you can, kind of training wheel yourself back into like relationships that require a vulnerable level of communication. And you have the air coming out, unseen potential, and you have the mister coming out, stubbornness and inflexibility. Don't let that those points of your life where you feel like you wouldn't be in control or you could get hurt, don't let that keep you stuck, because there is so much in this life, in this world, that you could miss out on. A lot of good friends, a lot of good opportunities. And I really mean what I say. If you want to get back out there and you are so afraid of that, like dating life or communication, I get that. And I've been there. Start small. Make little friends here and there. Make little things to do. Somebody to go on certain dates with. You have a person you go on boats with. You have a person you go on walks with. Not everybody likes to do everything with you. And not everybody likes to do everything in general. So you can really find good people to hang out with. Starting small, and then you like this person for coffee, you guys start going out for drinks, and then you start going out for more stuff. You get what I mean? You get my drift? So I feel like more things can start pouring into you the way that you deserve. Okay? That's all I got.